Good morning. It is the first day of summer, and you know what that means. It is time for a Teanaway peak bagging mission. Today, my objective is Fortune Peak, which is a really beautiful mountain here in the Ingalls Esmeralda Basin area. And the route I'm doing is via Lake Anne, so I'm going to be going up about 3,000 feet of gain in 8 miles or so. It's going to be a gradual climb, and then it's going to kick up in steepness, and we'll see if I actually need the helmet. I brought the helmet just in case. I don't think I'm going to need it, but better to have it than to not. But check out the beautiful sun on the mountains behind me. Anyway, it's going to be a gorgeous day today, so let's go get that summit. I made it to the Lake Anne turnoff, and I pretty much just did 3 easy miles up the valley, which were beautiful. I think the footage really hopefully shows that awesome view. But now is when the climbing really starts. This is a nice gentle grade up until this point. To the Lake Anne saddle, it gets steep, and then the final, I want to say 500 feet to the summit are going to get very, very steep. So now is the part where really earn this summit, but it's also going to get, the views are even going to get even better. You know, you get to see up the valley, but we're going to see the lake soon, and then getting up that ridge is going to be awesome. So next order of business is to get to the Lake Anne saddle. Made it to the Lake Anne saddle. It's been a little while since I've been here. I've climbed the Lake Anne before, but it really is such a unique lake. It's so pretty. Look at that unique color. And there's a mountain goat up here. I saw him right as I was coming up, and I think he's gonna be on my route. So I'm at the saddle, and the next thing I need to do is I'm gonna be taking the ridge. That is Fortune Peak. So I'm just gonna be following the ridge, which means it is time for helmet, and hopefully I can maintain a healthy distance from this goat. He doesn't seem too interested in me, which is good. That's what we want. We want to keep a distance. But I'm gonna just take a couple of pictures here because this is so pretty. You can see Glacier Peak. Such a cool view. Such a cool view. Woohoo! Summit of Fortune Peak. And gosh, the clouds decided to make everything super dramatic up here. It's amazing. But whew, yeah, that was actually definitely needed the helmet. It wasn't technical, but there's just so much loose stuff and so many loose gullies that it was definitely necessary. And I saw the goat. But I'm up here, beautiful summit, and I'm gonna enjoy a break as long as the bugs will let me. There are bugs, and I'm also debating which way I want to go down, because I can either continue down the ridge to Ingalls Pass and connect with the Ingalls Lake Trail, or I can go back the way I came, and I'll have to weigh the pros and cons on that one. But I've definitely earned a break, because that final push up to the summit, whew, yeah, that's a tough one. Go ahead and give the tour. I am on the summit of Fortune Peak, and it gets that name because back in the day, apparently when prospectors were in the area checking out and trying to find good deposits for potential mining, apparently the site of Fortune Peak was a good it was a good indicator they were on the right track. And the Teanaways have a lot of mineralization and stuff, but very glad that there's not mining here, because this is just beautiful wilderness. But I am on the summit, and this is really the dramatic view. So I'll start here looking north, and what's really cool is way in the distance I can see Mount Baker and Sloan Peak, which is awesome. This one in the back, that is Glacier Peak, looking beautiful. This one right here, this is South Ingalls Peak. I climbed that a couple years ago. And then here, it's taller, but even though it doesn't look taller, is Middle Ingalls. It's the main peak. And then if I come around here, you can even see the tail, little sliver of Lake Ingalls down there. And of course, the real star of the show is Mount Stewart. Gorgeous, gorgeous view of Mount Stewart. And then here's looking down the ridge. This is not Hink House Peak. And then we're getting into more of the Teanaways. So you've got kind of a Iron, Teanaway Peak, like Bills, Miller, all those ones. Bean is out here somewhere. That section. All right, and then looking south, actually, fun part is I can see the parking lot down here. Really fun. This is Esmeralda Peak. That's like one of the main views you get on the way in. Way in the distance, I can see Mount Adams and the Goat Rocks Wilderness. And then, of course, we have Rainier. I've been looking at this red mountain here. I don't know which one that is. I'm gonna have to check when I get home, but it's really striking. It really stands out compared to all these other ones around it. And then another one of the big peaks that makes up a big chunk of this view, this is Hawkins Mountain. I climbed that a couple of years ago. And then we're getting deeper into the Alpine Lakes Wilderness. So these are kind of like Granite, Trico, the Patty Go Easy area. And then of course we've got the beautiful Mount Daniel and Mount Hinman. I can actually see the point of Mount Bering way out there. Just absolutely stunning. And then of course way down there is Lake Anne, which is a really cool looking lake. It's very shallow, so it's got a unique color. Just really, really pretty. But also the highlight for me is just how incredible these clouds have been. just beautiful. Although I think, given how they're kind of gathering, I'm probably going to take the faster way back down and go back down the way I came, because I might get sprinkled on, which I don't really want. But really crazy 360 up on this peak. Really, really cool. I wasn't expecting too much from this, and my expectations have definitely been surpassed. Really, really beautiful. And I mean, this is just a crazy 360. Like, insane.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Made it off the ridge and now heading down. Woo-hoo-hoo! The wind on the way down from the lake and saddle. And oh, the really colorful mountain behind me. I didn't point that out on the tour. That is Small Fortune Peak, which is really pretty. It's got all those beautiful stripes. But now I am heading back down. Coming down was actually really quite a pain. There's a lot of, it's just really loose, steep gullies all the way to the top of Fortune. It is not class 3, but I would say it's a very slippery 2. Like, if you slip and slide, it's not gonna be great. So it's pretty steep, but made it off safely. I did not see the goat again, sadly, but I saw him earlier, so. But now I've got like 3.5 miles back down the valley to my car. And I think these clouds are gonna be nice to me. And this is gonna be the view on the way out of here. Not bad.
Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're smiling.
I am on the last mile out of here, and that was super fun. It's kind of become an unintentional tradition for me to just start the summer climbing a peak in the Teanaways, which, you know, what a way to start summer. Gosh, this whole area is just beautiful. Okay, so I'll talk about the route. I did what is technically, I think it's the least technical route up Fortune Peak, but honestly, I think that might have made it harder. I feel like some proper scrambling to get there might have made it easier, because while it is class 2, it's very steep, loose scree gullies, and so I would recommend a helmet, just because if someone's above you, rockfall absolutely a thing. Also, there could be goats above you. So glad I brought the helmet. I wasn't sure if it would be necessary, and I definitely felt like it was. But there's a couple of approaches. You can do it. People link up the ridge from South Ingalls to Fortune, and then they do it from Ingalls Pass. And I believe that those are like class 3. But really, really cool mountain. I also like the name. I admit one of the reasons I wanted to climb it because of the name. But wow, that 360 was something. And also, just Esmeralda Basin is gorgeous. The whole trail is beautiful. it's so lush and green. The last time I was here, it was fall, so everything was golden. But now I've got wildflowers and babbling brooks by me. It's just great. Although I will say with the route, this climbs very gently up Esmeralda Basin, and then it gets steep going to Lake Anne, and then it gets really steep going to the summit. So this is definitely one where it's not consistent gain. You know, you're going pretty flat for a while, and then you gain everything at the end there, which is super fun. But also, first mountain goat sighting of the year. Great start to summer. He was so cool. You know, I don't get tired of seeing goats. He was really chill. He was just eating some of the plants. And also the clouds have just been putting on a show today. So pretty. It's one of those things where the light kept changing, so I just kept being like, ooh, the shadows on the mountain, really cool now. I need to take that picture. This is the kind of cloud lighting I hope for, but it's kind of hard to predict. So yeah, this has been a great year for clouds, I gotta say. But yeah, Fortune Peak, really fun. Pretty straightforward. You just take the ridge up. First summit of summer, and hopefully the first of many more. But I gotta get back to my car. So thank you so much for watching. And here are my favorite pictures from the climb today. Enjoy.